We're feasting tonight.
What if I can get it up? No! Gosh, no!
Woohoo!
A spear glints beneath a shipwreck as Xander dives for fish in the roaring Pacific. Miles away, Cara and Nate freeze, a snake drops from a palm, a spider crawls, and crabs close in through the dark. On another island, Joe battles exhaustion, chasing one fragile ember of fire. 3 islands, 3 fights for life. This is catch and cook survival. Deep in the Pacific Ocean, survivalist Xander Budnick from the YouTube channel @Xander begins one of his toughest challenges, yet 7 days alone on a deserted island with no food, no water, and no shelter. What awaits him here isn't just nature's beauty, but its unforgiving power. On the first day, Xander steps onto a remote Pacific island, no food, no water, no shelter. Survival becomes immediate instinct. Under the burning sun, he gathers green coconuts for hydration and collects plastic bottles washed ashore to store water. He discovers a stagnant pool of water and risks drinking through a life straw, knowing contamination could end the challenge early.
Honestly, it's not that bad. So this and the coconuts I collected earlier are gonna be my water situation for the day.
Nearby the rusted hull of a shipwreck looms a chilling reminder of how unforgiving this place can be.
So this is a piece of that shipwreck there, and there's a really interesting story on how it got here.
Day 2 begins with rebuilding. Xander fortifies his shelter using palm leaves and bamboo, creating a roof strong enough to resist rain. When a storm hits, he cleverly uses his hammock to collect rainwater and preserve his dry clothes, a small but crucial victory.
I hung my hammock up here, and I'm gonna collect the rainwater as it drips down. Yum. All right, this is my bamboo fire saw. I got a small board with a slit in it, and I'm gonna rub this on this blade here, back and forth. And that's gonna create enough friction for me to start a fire. But first I need to put some tinder in here and pack it down and hold it with a stick. See the ember in there? Woohoo! We got fire, baby! Woo! Oh, it's such a nice feeling.
After hours of friction, he finally sparks a fire using a bamboo saw, a moment that marks his first real success. But as night falls, glowing eyes stare from the forest edge, a wild boar. He's no longer alone, and the island now feels alive.
That creature just wandered back into camp, so I'm gonna chill up for a little bit, see if it comes back around. If not, I'm gonna go to sleep. If nothing happens, I'll see you guys in the morning.
By day, 3 food becomes the mission. Xander uses hermit crabs as bait and dives near the wreck with his homemade spear gun.
Woohoo! Fish, baby! Woo!
Finally, he catches 2 fish.
2's good enough for now. I'm a little bit shooken up. I was just swimming in there and a big wave came and smashed me as I was spearfishing right beside the wreck. And obviously there's a lot of sharp metal around, and I was kind of like pushed around for a good couple of seconds, and I didn't really know how far I got pushed or whatever, but it freaked me out. It really freaked me out. So I'm gonna head back to camp and cook up this fish and go on from there.
That night, he roasts the fish over open flames, his first real meal in 3 days. He tells the camera a darkly funny tale about Amelia Earhart and coconut crabs, a sign that solitude is starting to test his mind. Day 4 brings moral conflict. Armed with a bow, he tracks a mother boar and her piglets, but refuses to kill. Survival, he realizes, isn't just about taking life, it's about balance.
It's got a baby. I'm not gonna shoot that mama. It's a lot of meat, but I'm just here for a couple days. I don't need that much food, and she has little piglets.
By days 5 and 6, exhaustion gives way to connection. Xander meets local fishermen who teach him how to dive for lobsters at night. Together they catch fish, crabs, and lobsters, transforming isolation into a feast.
All right, we're feasting tonight. So good. Look at all the fish. I'm gonna eat this thing up real good. Hello, sir, and for our final course, we have Pacific lobster served with coconut jelly strips on almond leaf. And may I suggest pairing that with coconut water? Oh, wow, that actually sounds pretty good. I've been starving for like 6 days now. Indeed, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Yum, bon appetit. Wow, there's like a whole bunch of meat here. It already tastes like it was in butter.
On the final day, he leaves the island learning that survival isn't only endurance, it's understanding nature, respect, and the bond between people. The journey ends not with victory, but with meaning. One key to Xander's survival was his clever use of natural filtration. By layering charcoal, sand, and cloth, he turned stagnant water into something drinkable, a simple yet vital bushcraft technique. Combined with collecting rainwater and boiling it, this method can mean the difference between endurance and dehydration in true isolation. After 7 brutal days, Xander leaves the island stronger, a reminder that survival is a balance between patience, courage, and skill. If you were stranded alone, what would you do first to stay alive? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Catch and Cook Survival for the next adventure. Off the Pacific coast of Panama, deep within the Pearl Islands, 4 travelers, Cara, Nate, Dusty, and Sarah, set foot on an untouched strip of sand. They are the creators behind Cara and Nate, a YouTube channel known for pushing human endurance through travel and survival challenges. This time the test is real, 72 hours on a deserted island, with no food, no water, and only 1 item each. The first few hours feel almost peaceful. The crash of waves, the whisper of palms, and the illusion that paradise could be kind. But beneath that calm, exhaustion begins to creep in. Their priorities are clear fire, water, shelter. Each step toward those goals reveals just how unforgiving nature can be. Dusty strikes the first blow with his machete, clearing ground thick with ants.
Think we stay? Feels like it's almost 2 o'clock already and we don't have any of our essentials done, so I think we just gotta stick with it today.
Cara and Sarah pile palm leaves into makeshift bedding, hoping to keep the crabs at bay.
Our goal is to layer up as many as possible because it's pretty much been the crab apocalypse each night when the sun goes down. I'm pretty nervous about it.
Nate, armed only with determination and a bow drill, begins the fight for fire. The wood groans, the rope burns, and within minutes, smoke curls from the spindle. 20 minutes later, a spark and ember, and then flames. Their first victory.
The smoke is a good sign.
Look at that, look at that. Ah!
Yes, yes, put it in.
Oh my gosh.
We have fire!
Oh, it's terribly warm.
But the night brings no comfort. The fire that was meant to protect them fills the shelter with smoke. Crabs swarm their feet. Sandflies bite through the night. The 4 lie awake, coughing, scratching, waiting for the sun.
That was one of the craziest nights of my life. Last night just kind of all feels like a bad dream. So first we crawl into the shelter and then we realize we're getting smothered by the fire that we created. We're just laying down trying to go to sleep and we're realizing that we've made a mistake building the fire a foot in front of the entrance of the shelter. It's hard to breathe in here.
No bugs. I'm gonna sleep like this. Good night.
And then as soon as the smoke and the light go away, the crabs come out. I'm talking crabs this big. They're called Halloween moon crabs. But we had no way to stop them from coming in bed with, crawling on top of us, crawling over our arm, crawling over our leg, running into our heads. Sandflies bad last night? Yeah. You can see where my sleeve ended very clearly.
By morning, they are dehydrated and delirious. Coconuts, the island's only gift, fall dangerously close, but each one becomes a precious source of life. Then salvation from above. A tropical storm sweeps through the island, turning their desperation into joy as they fill bottle after bottle with rainwater.
We all decided to take a nap during the hottest part of the day, but not sure if that was a great idea. We're all feeling pretty lethargic after that. But Dusty and I have gotten ourselves up. We're gonna hopefully go catch some fish. I think the lack of food is really what's hitting us now, almost.
Still, hunger sets in. Their first attempt at primitive fishing fails when crabs steal their handmade line. They bend their own rule, pulling out the real hooks 5 hours early.
Hey, we have a fish! Come on, get him up! Woo! It's a small guy. Got one. Oh, it's a good one. Good one if I can get it up. No! Gosh, no! It was like this big!
Like the hook that was already on that bottle?
Not much, but it's dinner.
All right, I'm gonna.
The catch is small, barely enough for one bite each, but it feels like triumph. On the third day, Cara brews a rare luxury coffee filtered through coconut husk. The bitter taste brings her back to life, if only for a moment. They prepare their first meal, a simple coconut fish curry cooked over open flame. For the first time, survival feels almost human again.
Oh my gosh, that literally just melted in my mouth.
I think in my everyday life, I would actually love this, but because I've had so much coconut, I'm just gonna stick with a plain fish. Something about the smell and taste of coconut gives me a little bit of a gag reflex.
I might be over coconut too.
So it's all mine?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Man, this is my day.
To make fire without a match's friction must create heat beyond 400 degrees, just enough to form a glowing ember. Transferring that ember into dry tinder takes control, not strength. For survivalists, mastering that moment means mastering life itself. After 72 hours, the rescue boat finally appeared through the rain. They left the island weak, but changed forever. If you had to survive 3 days alone on a deserted island, what single item would you bring? Far off the coast of the Maldives, YouTuber Joe Fazer begins one of his toughest experiments yet. Known for pushing himself through extreme challenges and real-world tests of endurance, Joe arrives on a deserted island miles from any sign of life. With only a few tools and no food or water, he plans to survive alone for 5 days to prove he can do what few would dare to attempt. On the first day, Joe lands alone on the island, surrounded by nothing but waves and wind. The heat is relentless, and the only source of water sits high above coconuts hanging 30 feet up. He spends hours trying to knock them down, failing again and again until one finally falls. The first sip of coconut water tastes warm, salty, but life-saving.
These are brown coconuts. You see, the green ones contain sweet liquid coconut water, and these ones are more matured, and the liquid starts gaining fat and becomes milkier.
Look at that. This is the coconut meat. It's absolutely banging. One coconut contains about 1,400 calories.
It's quite hard to put into words how good this feels right now. In paradise.
As night falls, he gathers palm leaves and vines, building a fragile shelter to keep the crabs and wind away. The first night offers little rest. Crabs scuttle around his camp, mosquitoes swarm his skin, and sleep becomes a fight.
Good morning. Last night's sleep was not the best. There's crabs like everywhere on the beach. And from time to time they came into the camp. Just horrible. On top of that, the mosquitoes. Look at the mosquito bites.
When morning comes, Joe begins his next challenge fire. Using driftwood, a bowstring made from rope and sheer persistence, he tries to create flame through friction. Each attempt ends the same smoke, sweat, and failure. His hands blister. The ember never forms.
Come on. Yes, an ember. Look at that.
This constant line of smoke is coming from an ember. This has been caused by the mass amount of friction, and if I can successfully transfer it and give it more oxygen, then it will turn into a fire. Things were looking promising.
Lost the fucking ember. Oh my god.
On the third day, he tries again, this time with dried coconut husk. Hours pass, but then success. The tiny ember glows, catches, and bursts into flame. For the first time, warmth and victory fill the air. With hope returning, Joe sets a fishing line using a crab as bait. He catches a single fish small but precious. Cooked over his new fire, it becomes his first real meal in 3 days. Day 4 is quiet. He moves slower now, more efficient, almost comfortable, but his smile fades. The weight of solitude begins to show. By the 5th morning, he's ready. The rescue boat finally appears on the horizon, bringing the promise of food and rest. Back on land, Joe rewards himself with a simple slice of pizza, proof that survival makes even ordinary things taste extraordinary. Fire by friction requires patience more than power. The spindle's speed and rhythm must create heat past 400 degrees enough to form a glowing ember. That ember transferred into dry husk can turn smoke into flame, a technique ancient and simple, but one that separates survival from surrender. After 5 days, the rescue boat finally appears. Joe leaves the island exhausted but stronger, grateful for what nature taught him. If you had to survive alone on a deserted island with only one tool, what would you bring first? From Joe's quiet victory to Xander's storm-battered resolve and Cara and Nate's 72 hours of endurance, every journey leaves the same truth. Survival is never just physical. It's patience, courage, and respect for the wild itself. If you had to face the wilderness alone, what would be the first thing you'd do? Subscribe and join Catch and Cook Survival for the next challenge.